Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is your Geek Out for today. It's my summation of CES 2013, specifically my experiences with the event. And you can hear I'm still kind of recovering from a cold, so pardon me, I will do my best to trip through this. You can enjoy the footage that we recorded from the show floor if you want behind me, just a random set of products and experiences that we had while we were there. Kind of fun. Didn't think I would be able to fit them into any other video on YouTube, so I figured why not put it here. Let me first thank AMD for making it possible for me to go to CES 2013. I had an amazing time with the entire team. The videos that we did with you guys seem to track very well on this YouTube channel, and I'm very, very grateful for your support, and I think everybody else is too. If you want to join the AMD community, by the way, amd.com/community is where you can join us. I hope to work with AMD at some point in the near future, and with any luck, that will happen thanks to you engaging with the sponsor that we had in AMD. Now, my favorite part of CES, before I go further, yeah, I enjoy the technology. This is fun stuff, you know, big touch screen walls that you can play around with. That's fun. Who doesn't like that? I mean, unless you're not a fan of technology, in which case I'd wonder, well, why are you watching this video? No, my favorite part was you. If you were there, if you took the time out of your busy schedule at CES to come by and see me, thank you so much. And even if we weren't able to connect with one another, if you stopped by, thank you. If I was able to capture you in the Pirillo vlog, even better. But even if I didn't, that doesn't mean that I didn't appreciate you just as much as everybody else. You, the community, are my favorite part of going to these shows. No doubt in my mind, you are the best part of CES. So thank you so much for your support. In terms of deeper trends that I was able to observe, 3D kind of took a back seat in terms of like television. You didn't really hear a lot about 3D TVs. It wasn't really a big buzzword other than the Oculus Rift, which got a lot of attention this year for good reason. I don't know if you caught that video on our YouTube channel. I didn't record a lot of videos on the CES show floor, if only because I was trying to be very targeted with what I did with my time. I wanted to spend more time with you versus with the technology. I know that sounds odd, but I did my best to strike a balance, you know? So hopefully you appreciated the efforts regardless. You know, Oculus Rift was certainly a standout, and that is technology you should certainly be paying attention to because it's going to be awesome when it's a final product for consumers. But a deeper trend that I heard a few times but not really discussed anywhere else, let me give you a couple of examples before I put a finer point on it. In the AMD 5X video that I recorded in this channel, there was a snippet that was thrown into the middle, almost you know, as an aside, but I think it spoke to this trend. The person who was speaking said that it would not only be available for Windows, this technology that I demonstrated, but also for iOS and Android. Okay, so I went to another booth and was talking about the software experience, and they were showing it to me on Windows and Android and iOS. And they said, yes, it's going to be available for all the platforms. So the trend? Cross-platform compatibility. I really think the industry is finally understanding that it doesn't matter which device you use. You know you want to connect to an awesome service. You just don't want to have to stress out about using this phone, that phone, or the other phone. You just want to connect to it. And I heard that at least 5 times over in a variety of situations, talking about hardware experiences, software experiences, the idea that you didn't have to be locked in to one vendor anymore. That is a huge trend which should not be ignored. In fact, it should be encouraged. So I appreciated when not only AMD said this, but other companies had said it as well, that they weren't just going to support Windows, but they were looking to Android and iOS. And, you know, should other smartphone platforms or mobile platforms rise to popularity, I would imagine these companies would support them as well. But the idea of being locked into a single ecosystem, I think, we're finally moving past that. And that's a big deal because, you know, one of the terms that I discuss very frequently in this channel is experience. You want to have a seamless experience no matter what you choose to use. And it's very frustrating to have one device that seems to stick out like a sore thumb in a variety of devices, right? You want them all to work together. You want them all to interoperate. You don't care how you get to a service or some type of experience, so long as that you can't get to it in the first place. So the fact that I heard multi-platform support from traditional Windows-only vendors, huge deal. Gigantic deal. I cannot stress enough how important of a trend this is. Think about that. And the reason why is because let's say you have device X today, and tomorrow you might want device Y. Well, how easy is it to move between platforms? Oh, yeah, sure, you can just change out the hardware and you're done. No, it doesn't work that way anymore. It's all about how that device interoperates with other devices. So the more cross-platform compatible a device is with a variety of services, the more seamless your experience is going to be. So I must applaud every single company out there, specifically those who presented at CES, for their effort of engaging cross-platform compatibility. Not just Apple, not just Windows, not just Amazon, not just any one of these vendors, not just any one of these platforms. No matter how you get to it, sorry, I'm not gonna, it was about finished with the B-roll anyway. These projects being kickstarted so that they could be funded by the community, so long as there are experts running those Kickstarter projects, or, you know, what I'm using Kickstarter there as a generic term. You know, that's a deeper industry trend, but I didn't see that as prevalent at CES as I did the idea of cross-platform compatibility. But I guess those two are hardware and software trends. Okay, well, I guess I nailed both hardware and software trends then and didn't mean to. We'll see you later.